Excuse me, sir. Question for you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah?
I wish I were. I'm a lawyer. I used to be a millionaire, but my ex-wife has most of the money.
I got 1 quick minute with you real quick.
Real quick.
What was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
6 million. 7 million.
That's for yourself or the business?
No, the business is myself. I own like 20 companies still. $50 million.
I was doing about $8 million a year.
$17.5 million.
$17.5 million?
Yeah.
We got a big election coming up. Who are you voting for in this election?
I'll give you one guess.
Because we're asking millionaires who they're voting for, just to get perspectives.
I live in a split household. I'm going to leave it at
Who are you
that.
pulling towards,
We have
though?
4 daughters.
Yeah.
I vote for the party. I don't vote for the individual.
Just you like the party?
Yeah.
Democrat or Republican? Today, we are in one of the wealthiest cities in the entire United States to go around asking millionaires and billionaires how they became wealthy and who they're going to be voting for in the 2024 presidential election between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. We're in Austin, Texas, home to nearly 40,000 millionaires and over 10 billionaires. And we're going to be figuring out their secrets to becoming financially free and who they're going to be casting their vote for to run the country for the next 4 years. So with that being said, let's get this video on the way. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Have you ever been broke before?
No.
No? In what line
I'm
of
a
business?
very wealthy dude.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What line of business did you end up in?
I was builder-developer,
So you were in real estate.
real estate. Buy dirt. My father always told me buy dirt. Any kind of dirt you can buy.
Do you like commercial or residential more?
I do both.
Yeah?
Did both.
What was the best real estate transaction you ever had? The best real estate deal you ever did?
Take a look at that.
Yeah.
Right there. Best most expensive transaction, but my best.
Right, give me one though. Tell me about one deal that you closed that you're really proud about.
Well, I named a lot of streets after a lot of people. The thing I'm most proud of is naming my streets after my kids.
Right.
So that's forever.
Yeah. Where are you
As
from?
far as New York City.
New York City.
Yeah.
Are you a billionaire?
No.
No? Close though.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, real quick, a couple quick last ones real quick. So I started a channel here in Austin. I go all over the country interviewing the most successful business owners.
Yes.
What was your secret to creating wealth in real estate?
Failure.
Failure.
Yes. You got to fail before you get hungry to make.
Yeah.
If you don't fail and you just keep, and just rolling whatever, you're not the hungry. You got to be hungry.
How did you find properties to close on and build? Like, how did you find
It's
deals?
very hard for you kids nowadays. It was much easier. It used to be you can buy stuff subject to, and then it would gain wealth before you even closed on it.
Yeah.
That was the key. No more. Now, it's a risk.
Yeah. Right.
But stay with it, and
Yeah.
you'll be successful.
What's your best negotiation advice for anybody in business? You're at the table with a heavy hitter. How'd you close all these deals? What was your best negotiation advice?
Don't impulse it. Let them make it like you don't really want it or need it.
You can't be desperate to get a deal done.
No, can't be desperate.
Yeah.
And you got to use your own money. Don't use the
Right.
banks because they're the only ones that make the money.
Yeah. So what's a lesson about money that banks don't want people to know?
Don't always listen to what they say. If they say they want 6%, you make it that it's 4%. Otherwise, you're not doing it. Then you start walking out.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, no, come back
Yeah.
to the table.
Yeah.
Never settle on your first offer.
I love that.
All
I love
right?
that. In terms of revenue, what was the most amount of money you made in a single year at your business revenue?
6 million, 7 million.
That's for
probably.
yourself or the business?
No, the business is myself. I own like 20 companies still.
Actually.
Actually.
Thank you, my friend. And who are you voting for next week in the election?
Trump.
Why Trump?
Why Trump?
Yeah.
He's a dick, first of all. He really is. He's a pompous ass, but he gets it done. He's a businessman like me.
Yeah. He's
You
not
know
all-
what?
he's-
And he's crude, rude.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you, man.
All
Have a
right,
great
you
day.
guys be
Thank you,
good.
sir. So we just got our first interview out here, a wealthy real estate developer from New York City who just gave you guys the blueprint on how to negotiate. He said no impulses. You got to be willing to walk away from the deal because the most desperate person has no leverage in a negotiation. And he said he's going to be voting for Trump in this election next week. But we got to go find some more millionaires and figure out who they're voting for. Let's go see what they have to say. Excuse me, sir. Question for you.
Yeah.
How old were you when you became a millionaire?
I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah?
I wish I were.
What line of business are you in?
I'm a lawyer. I used to be a millionaire, but my ex-wife has most of the money.
Actually, so what did you learn from that divorce?
Don't get divorced because in every state the woman gets all the money.
How much money did you lose from your divorce?
Several $1 million.
Several $1 million. What are you doing to kind of bounce back from that? And I asked because I started a channel, I grew it to a couple million followers where I asked successful people some advice to the younger generation and how they built their wealth and how they became successful. So just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions.
No, I'm a lawyer, and I went out, I worked in big law, made a lot of money in the dot-com era. The ex-wife has all of that money right now.
Wow.
She kept all the house, and she lives very high on the hog in Florida. I got remarried, and I'm now separated and decided not to get divorced, even though we're separated, because I don't want her to have all my retirement.
So it's safe to say marriage is a business.
Marriage is an important economic decision, and you should be very careful about that, particularly if you the man or the money earner, and the woman doesn't work, which is both of my wife fell into that category.
Yeah.
And I'd recommend if you are building wealth, you certainly have a prenuptial agreement. And even though you want to marry for love, just be careful.
What was the most amount of money that you've made in a single year?
It was paper money, and I eventually lost it because I didn't convert it to real money soon enough.
How much was that, though?
$17.5 million.
$17.5 million? What happened that you made $17 million? That's incredible.
It was stock options in companies with IPOs in 1999 and 2000, the height of the dot-com era. The bubble, as they say. My shares were locked up because of after the IPO, insiders have to wait 6 months. 6 months was the middle of the crash, and by the time I convinced my Merrill Lynch broker to sell the shares, they had collapsed and it was worth $750,000, and he finally sold them for $350,000. So sell too soon.
Sell too soon.
You never lose money selling too soon.
You got amazing advice, sir. Real quick,
Yeah.
you got a big election coming up. Who are you voting for in this election?
I don't talk politics in public just because it's so divisive now.
Who do you think's going to win?
Personally, I hope that Kamala Harris does not win for the same reason I did not want Hillary Clinton to be president. I don't think either of them are qualified.
Did you know that for the first time ever in history, you can legally bet on the election?
I did know that.
Yeah, there's a platform called Kalshi where people can bet on who's winning. Right now it's closer to 50-50, so you can make some pretty good returns if you bet on using this platform called Kalshi.
There's only 1 or 2% at issue. Yeah, we need to go, but there's only 1 or 2% at issue. It's going to be really close. Who knows? It depends upon how they count the ballots. And
guys, you hear it time and time again. The most important decision that you will ever make is the person you decide to marry. And like I said at the end of that interview, guys, for the first time in history, you can legally bet on who you think will win the 2024 presidential election thanks to a platform called Kalshi. Kalshi makes it possible for you to bet on not just who you think will win the general election, but who you think is going to win the individual swing states in places like Georgia or Arizona, who you think is going to take control of the House or the Senate. And you can bet on way more than just politics in the election. This platform, Kalshi, has already facilitated $1 billion worth of trades. And if you're at all invested in politics in the general election and you have confidence behind which candidate you think you will win, waste no more time and head over to Kalshi.com/hardknocks to place your bet on who you think is going to win the general election. And if you use our link at Kalshi.com/hardknocks and deposit $100, you will receive a $20 credit to place your bet. And the beautiful thing is both candidates are trading about 50-50, meaning no matter which candidate you place a bet on, you can have some serious returns on your investment. So head over to Kalshi.com using the link down in the description or Kalshi.com/hardknocks. But with that being said, let's go get this next interview. Excuse me, sir. Quick question for you.
I know who you are. I see you online all the time.
Yeah. Could I interview you real quick for the channel?
How many followers do you have? Just so he knows. He doesn't know who you are.
9.1 million across social media.
That's pretty good.
Yeah?
Shoot.
All right. How old were you when you became a millionaire?
See, I'm 47 now. I was a millionaire once before when I was 27. Lost everything. Filed bankruptcy when I was 31. Took me about 10 years to build back up.
Did you come from a lot of money?
No.
No?
No.
So what was that first business you started that went bankrupt?
An excavation company.
Excavation?
Yeah.
It's a very...
24 years old. Yeah. By the time I was 28, 29, I was doing about 8 million a year.
Actually.
31, 2008, crisis happened. Lost everything, had to file bankruptcy. Took 2 years off. Met my beautiful wife. Traveled the country and started over again.
So what's the greatest lesson that you've learned about entrepreneurship, building numerous companies to multi-million dollars? You lost it all at one point, made it all back. What's the greatest lesson you've learned about entrepreneurship throughout your career?
That you can tell people more about what not to do than what they can do.
Yeah.
And find a good wife to support you through the million businesses that you'll start.
The other thing is it just takes a whole lot more effort than what people realize because nobody else is going to do it for you. Like you have to do it yourself. No, there's nobody else. There's no owner. There's no VP. You're the owner. You're the VP. You have to make it happen.
So in other words, nobody's coming to save you.
Nobody's coming to save you.
Yeah. How did you get the money to start your business?
Sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
Yeah,
So
sweat equity.
You worked your ass off. Is what
Yeah,
you say.
yeah. I went to school at night to learn how to basically be a project manager, owner. I learned how to run the equipment at the trade school. So I worked a job of the day running equipment, and at night I went to school to learn how to be a project manager, estimator, negotiate contracts, all that stuff. So I was hustling.
But you ended up in excavation.
Yeah.
There's a saying, riches are in the niches.
Yeah, you know what you're talking about. I'd be pretty impressed.
Did you almost kind of create your own market there, or how? I'm just curious, why excavation out of all the, why that niche particularly out of any business you could have been in?
For me personally, I love being outside. I love building something, and that was the only kind of construction I liked.
Yeah.
I tried every other trade. I loved moving the earth. I loved taking a place like this and building into something new.
Yeah.
So,
and we're doing a video where we're asking millionaires who they're voting for. We got a big election coming up next week. Who are you voting for next week?
I'll give you one guess.
I mean, you're voting for Trump.
Donald J. Trump, all the way,
long,
all
baby.
day,
I figured
all day,
it out.
every day.
Do you think he's gonna win?
I do. I think it's going to be a landslide.
Yeah, and what's the number one reason why you're voting for Trump? I'm curious.
First of all, he loves this country. And there's a lot of people in this country that don't love this country.
Yeah.
He loves what it stands for. He loves the foundation. He loves the Constitution. He loves freedom. He loves liberty. And he loves the pursuit of happiness.
Yeah, thank you so much for your
Yeah,
time.
you bet,
I really
man.
appreciate you.
Hey,
Got amazing
you bet.
advice. We just got another multi-millionaire out here, and he took his business to nearly $10 million before the time he was 30. But he went bankrupt. He lost it all, and it just goes to show, guys, that the realest entrepreneurs in the game, you can take everything away from them. Their businesses, their money, everything, but you can't take away the skill sets and the mindsets that they developed to build million-dollar businesses. Great interview out here. And we got another business mogul that said he's gonna be voting for Trump. And this is crazy surprising because we're in Austin right now. This is the most liberal city in Texas. The last couple of decades, it's gone blue for presidential candidates and other people running for office out here. But it's 3-0 Trump so far. We gotta go get another one and see who these people out here are gonna be voting for. Come on. Excuse me, sir. Question for you. I started a channel here in Austin at UT. I grew it to 9 million followers.
A what?
I started a channel at the University of Texas. I grew it to 9 million followers. Real quick, I go all over asking successful people 2 or 3 quick questions on their best advice to the younger generation. Could I get 1 quick minute with you real quick?
Real quick.
Okay, what line of business are you in?
I'm retired.
What did you do?
I was in finance.
Did you ever own a business at any point in time? Or
Yes, I did.
Well, what company? What type of company?
I own a couple of restaurants.
A couple of restaurants.
I did.
What type of restaurants?
American Fare.
Yeah. What was the name of it?
Bogey's Grill and Tap Room.
How many locations did you have?
3.
There's tough margins in the restaurant business, right?
100%.
Right.
You're either hugely successful or you go out of business. That's why banks don't lend money to restaurants. It's all privately financed.
So what were you doing in the finance business?
I was a bond trader.
You know, in terms of revenue, right? Maybe either on Wall Street or when you were in the restaurant business, what was the most amount of money that you made in a single year?
I'm not going to share that with you.
Just revenue, not personal income. Just
Revenue? $50 million.
$15 million. You were in the money business. What's the lesson about money that banks don't want people to know? Give them some game right here, something that they won't learn in school right here. Because I know that you have some insider knowledge.
You know what? Listen, I'm going to just tell you, what you're going to learn in school is really, really important, okay? What you learn in business, you learn hands-on, and you got to learn it yourself. And the best advice I can give a trader, or people who get into trading, if any great trader tells you he never lost money, then he's lying to you.
Yeah, so there's a lot of loss that comes with it.
Of course, but that's how you learn.
Right. What separates middle class from wealthy people in today's world in terms of how they perceive or look at money?
So the middle class saves, the upper class invests.
Into what? Like, what do you think is the best industry people should be looking to get into, make their money work for them?
You know what? My philosophy is you invest by walking around. So it's kind of like the Peter Lynch model.
Yeah.
So if you walk up this street right here, and I live in a house with 5 women, and everyone in my house has an Apple product, everyone in my house wears Lululemon,
Right.
you know, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You don't have to, it's not rocket science.
Thank you, my friend. I really
Right on.
appreciate you.
Good luck with everything.
And real quick, who are you voting for? Because we're asking millionaires who they're voting for, just to get perspectives.
I live in a split household. I'm going to leave it at
Who are you
that.
pulling towards,
We have
though?
4 daughters.
Yeah. Well, who are you pulling towards, though?
I vote for the party. I don't vote for the individual.
Just you like the party.
Yeah.
Democrat or Republican?
Republican.
You're Republican, so you're going for Trump. Do you think he's going to win, or?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be a close one. It'll
That's
be a
right.
close one. Thank you, my
Right
friend.
on,
Have a
guys.
great day. Look, you guys, we just got a feel for who the millionaires out here are going to be voting for in the general election. But that's a wrap on today's video. So be sure to leave a like and subscribe for amazing content we've got coming very, very soon. Because every week we're asking the wealthiest Americans, the top 1%, how they became financially free and how you can do the exact same thing. And if you haven't joined yet, I have a private entrepreneur community called the School of Mentors. Where inside of it, every single week, I host live calls with the millionaires and the billionaires that I interview on this channel, where you can learn directly from them and ask questions about how they became successful and learn skills like how to sell, how to market, how to create wealth in real estate and a bunch of other different industries. You do not want to miss out on this opportunity at all. So to join my community, use the link down in the description of this video or use the link that's up here on the screen right now. I can't wait to see you on the inside of the community. But with that being said, we'll see you in the next video.